Welcome back to New York City Gardener. So today is a lot colder than it was a couple of days ago. The other day it was 79 degrees, but I still have some things to do, which I'm excited about that. I have a new planter that I'm going to be adding to my collection. It holds 20 gallons of soil. And so I'm going to be setting that up today with cool weather crops. I'm going out of town tonight and I want to get that done. Want to also work on my houseplants, make sure all my hydroponics, houseplants, seedlings, everything's watered and good to go. And then we're going to also be setting up some microgreens. My partner is a chef. He's going to be doing an event in April or May, and he wants me to go ahead and start growing some so he can test and see which ones he's going to end up using. So we're going to get a lot done today. So let's just get to it. Okay, so this is my new planter that I got this year. It's self-watering, holds about 20 gallons of soil. So I am so excited about adding this to my collection. And I should be able to get a ton of crops out of this year. So the reason that I'm really excited about this is because I do have a couple of self-watering containers, but they don't really have a way of connecting to a hose. So this one has a hose connector at the bottom, and then the water would go through, and then it can connect to another hose on the other side. I do have a hose hookup up here. So if you have something like a terrace where you have a spout or a backyard or something like that, where you have access to a watering hose, this is really cool. What I would love to do is have like, I don't know, 5 or 6 of these and then line them up in a row. That would be amazing. And I'm just starting with one this year and then see how it goes. And then maybe I'll add to it. But yeah, that's what's really cool about this planter. I've never seen anything like this. So this is the inside. You can see that there's a water reservoir here, and then soil will fall down there, fall down here. And then this is the hose connector. So you can see how it will hold water in there. And here's the other side. Okay, so now I'm trying to decide where to put it. I'm pretty set on putting it here. Okay, yeah, I think I'm happy with it here. Once I have all my grow bags set up, which I'm going to do later, those are going to be my tomatoes and cucumbers and things like that. So then I'm just going to line up this whole area here with grow bags. I'll have this one here and then more grow bags and more grow bags. Okay, so let's get the soil started. I have all my amendments here. Then I have a bunch of leftover soil. Okay, I have a lot of soil just from last year. It's filled with water. This is so heavy. I think since this is 20 gallons, so I'm going to put probably a whole one of these in here and then about 50% soil amendments, just because this is a new container. I want to make sure there's plenty of nutrients in there. So I might just end up using everything in these bags and then this, and that way it has just like a really fresh start. So here we go. Okay. I feel like I am going to need, but I'm going to go ahead and add this first. I have some mushroom compost here. Worm castings. Okay, so before I top it off, I'm going to mix it together. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to start with my cool weather crops. I'm going to start with spinach, arugula, and 2 different types of radishes. Once I harvest these, then it'll be time to add my warm weather crops. So I'm going to be doing a tomato and a cucumber this year. And then maybe we'll get a 3rd harvest in the fall. Lastly, I'm going to add some worm castings. So I like to top all of my soil with worm castings because it just makes it look really nice. That's number 1. I love this black color. And then it just gives it a nice like top layer. It's supposed to be raining a lot while I'm gone this week too. So everything should get plenty of water. And it should look really good when I'm back. There has been some research that says that worm castings will cut down on bugs, like aphids and things like that. There's something in it that breaks down their exoskeleton. So, you know, whether it's true or not, Makes me feel a little bit better. Wow, it is so cold outside. My fingers are numb. So I only have a couple of hours left until I need to head for the airport. So I really need to get everything else completed, but I'm glad that at least that part's done. So I think the most important thing that I should do in case I run out of time is water the houseplants because I don't want anything too stressed out while I'm gone. So I'm going to get that done. And I should still have time to do the microgreens, but just want to make sure the houseplants are taken care of first. Microgreens, grow very quickly. So if for some reason I don't have time, it's not the end of the world. So I wanted to show you this tomato plant. This is an indoor or a plant that you can grow, a tomato plant that you can grow inside. It doesn't get very tall, and you can get these cute little tiny orange tomatoes. It's a great tomato for growing hydroponically or indoors in soil like this. Okay, these are pretty much all of my houseplants, and I'm just watered them, I don't know, within the past maybe 7 to 10 days. So I'm just going to give them a quick, they're not going to stay in here too long. Also, look at this. This is going crazy. I have been struggling with this plant, and once I put it next to a grow light, it's been so happy. So it is flourishing now. Same with this one. This one was really struggling, and then once I put it next to a grow light, living its best life. But everything else is doing very well. So yeah, everything's just going to get a quick watering. And let's get on to the hydroponics. Okay, so here are the hydroponics. This is a new system that I've started. I did a harvest a couple of weeks ago, and so now I'm growing another one of those indoor tomatoes hydroponically. This is also another one. Cilantro, that's also supposed to be cilantro. And then 2 pepper plants in the back here. So they're doing pretty well. I'm going to have to thin these out. I'm probably going to take the cilantro and put it in another hydroponic system. Same with that other extra pepper there. So, and it looks like there might be a second one there. Yeah. So once that's big enough, I'll transplant that. Same with this one. I think there's 2 there. So we'll get those out, thinned out. But actually the water level's pretty good. So I'm not going to worry about it. I don't know. Maybe I will add just a little bit of water. It's not going to hurt anything. Seed starting is looking great. I definitely should have enough water for them to make it through the next 5 days. Maybe this one needs a little bit more water, but yeah, they're looking really fantastic right now. So now I just want to make sure that these DIY hydroponic bottles are good to go. I think everything is set. I might just need to check this one to make sure it's not too low because the seed hasn't sprouted yet. But all of the ones that are sprouted, the roots should be far enough down. But I'm just going to check each one just to make sure. These roots look so good. They're so strong and healthy. I'm not sure about this one. I think it might have broken. Okay, so we're going to start with these. These 6 definitely need a little bit of help. And yet another tomato growing hydroponically. Same indoor, smaller tomato. Never done it in this kind of bottle before, so it's going to be an experiment. But so far, it's doing well. Okay, I have about 30 minutes left before I have to start heading to the airport, so I think I can knock out these microgreens pretty quickly. Microgreens are so easy to grow. If you have a New York City apartment and you don't have any outdoor space, you can everybody can grow microgreens. It's very, very easy. I'm using old tofu containers. Every time we eat tofu, I just keep the containers because they're perfect for microgreens. Then I have tons of seeds. My partner wants pea shoots, radishes, bull's blood beet, amaranth, and basil. He also wants mint and another one, but I have to buy seeds for that. So I'm gonna at least start these now. Very easy. I'm just gonna use a soldering iron to make some holes. It's very simple. Okay, that's done. Okay, then I like to have everything bottom watered as much as possible. So I'm just gonna make some quick twine that can wick up the water that will sit in this tray. I do have some lifts that I can put on here too, but I think for now, I'm just gonna leave it. When I come back, I might do that. So I'm just making them, you know, they don't have to be perfect. Just something that'll wick up the water. I've also tried other ways too. I've made holes in the sides here. I've made bigger holes, I've made smaller holes, but it doesn't really matter. Just something that can keep the water consistent, especially for microgreens, since they're seeds and seedlings for most of the lifespan. You want to have the water consistent. Okay, done. Let's get the soil. So I love my ProMix BX. This is main soil that I use, especially for microgreens, because it's very basic. It's very simple. And I don't even use that much. You just don't want to use something that would have already had bugs in it, for example. So the soil that I used for that container over there, I would not use for microgreens because I don't want to bring that contamination into the apartment. This is a new bag of soil. It's been out here for a little bit, but it's been out here the whole winter. So I doubt seriously there's any bugs in here. If there are, they're minimal. So I'm not going to worry about it too much. And also I've been using it inside. It's been fine. I'm not adding any nutrients. Microgreens don't need it because they're still young. If you transplant them, then obviously you'll need more nutrients, but they're not going to need that at this stage. Yeah, like I said, this is getting done pretty quickly. I'm almost finished. Just want to make sure I remember which one's going where. I will take a picture of the seeds because I could label, but I don't really have the time to label today. So we're just gonna make do. Okay, so this is how we ended up. We've got the basil, amaranth, pea shoots, radish, and bull's blood beet. You can see how different beets look compared to radish seeds, compared to peas. It's very different. Amaranth is even different looking. And then the basil you can't see because they're black seeds and you can't see them. But here's some that fell on the tray. Gives you an idea what they look like. Okay, I gave everything very good water. And then now we just wait.